Pokemon Sun and Moon have been announced for over a month now, and we still have zero information on it. That means it's still the continuation of speculation season, where I have covered the legendary Pokemon possibilities could be, if we will be getting Generation 6.5 instead of 7, and new possible typings that could come to Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now I thought we'd cover the Sun and Moon starters. Since we can't predict what kind of starters we will be getting, I thought I'd speculate and give some reasons why there would be a chance that we might get new starter types this year. So let's get into it. So first, to give you guys a reason to believe there is a chance that this could happen is from an interview with Masuda, where he stated that his and his team have experimented with giving new typings for the starter Pokemon, but in the end they always end up with the classic starter types. This just means that it has been discussed and could eventually happen in future games. So the good with bringing in new starters with new types is that it will help bring a new taste to the franchise after they've been doing the same consistent thing for 20 years. We would get a fresh take on Pokemon 2 where we know we will never get a fire fighting combination again. Ever again. Game Freak always spends a ton of time on their starter Pokemon, so we know we would get a well complete and popular design when it comes to the characters. I say popular because the starters are normally the most popular Pokemon, so it would be great to see new Pokemon types to run the marketing campaign for Pokemon for the next few years. Now these trio typings are something we have to consider when we explain the possibilities of a new set. We have to follow the rock, paper, scissors rule, where rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, and paper beats rock. That means a lot of type combinations don't work. Some do, but aren't perfect, with some having combinations that involve immunities rather than just weaknesses. Some of these new starter trio typings could look like rock fighting flying, or ice flying fighting, or steel fairy fighting, which ends up being the only one that really works to create a full circle of rock, paper, scissors rule. The fighting type is the only consistent one in these options, but I'm sure everyone is done with the whole fighting type being incorporated with starters thing. We also technically get a starting flying type available in the first route to add to your roster, so there's really no point in having a flying type as one of your three main options. So if we did not get a fighting or flying type starter, our best option would be a trio of ice, ground, steel, or bug, psychic, poison. Which one would you guys prefer? I guess it all comes down to personal preference if you care about the rock, paper, scissors rule or not. I personally think it only is important to follow for dictating your rivals' picks. I guess there's also that classic argument where which starter is the strongest, so that would be lost if we didn't have this rule implemented. This could be the issue that Pokemon has had while trying to decide if we have different typings for starters, because it doesn't really work. If we give up on the whole rock, paper, scissors idea, then any type is fair game. If there were 3 new type starters, I would like to see Fairy, Steel, and Ice type. What would your 3 favorite types be if Pokemon decide to have an entirely new group of starters? Well, that's all I have for this episode today, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, hit that like button down below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hit that sub button because there's going to be a lot more content like this. Have a good one, guys, and I'm out.